Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speeder, and today we're going to be going over a little bit of Sumail Ember Spirit. This is a game where he absolutely popped off. It's been a while since I've seen this name, and yeah, I just want to let you guys know on this gameleap channel, because you might be seeing that this is the second video posted today. If it's not, well, basically I just want to give you guys a heads up quickly before we get into Sumail popping off on Ember Spirit, and I really want to talk about how you open up the map and like really create a lot of space as a mid laner rather than, even though he does play pretty greedy, he hits some nasty timings this game. He goes 28, 3, and 15 in 32 minutes. I mean, hella activity, right? Just going nuts on the map. So before we get into that, I just want to say we're going to be posting more videos on the gameleap channel. We might even be doing double daily uploads, just going crazy on content. And I just want to provide as much value as possible to you guys. I want to help you get better at the game. On top of that, really, I feel like there's two types of content I like making, and I like really putting out this content a lot. So many of you might not know, I have a second channel, and for a while on that second channel, for like a couple months now, I've been posting these like hyper educational commentaries. Typically I have my webcam on. Unfortunately, I'm home right now, so I don't have my webcam, but I make these really intense videos that are going to help you guys get much better at the game, and they're very entertaining at the same time. The response has been fantastic. The watch time, like, people are watching so much of the videos. The comments have been super positive, and I'm like, okay, I'll share a lot more of this with the gameleap community as well. So over on my second channel, I'm going to be doing streaming highlights, so I'm going to be streaming a bit more as of late, so hopefully you guys are excited for that. You know, I'll tell you more about that in the future. I'll be streaming some Dota, just playing, you know, 10k pubs, and I'll be posting stream highlights there, and then some vlogs over there on my second channel. So if you want to go subscribe, it's just Speed Dota. There's 3 E's in Speed, and then here we're going to be doing double daily uploads. So thanks for sitting out my rant. Now let's get into the Sumail gameplay you actually came here to watch. All right, so I do want to mainly focus on the mid game and just focus on how he really creates space this game and goes nuts. But I do want to quickly look at the lane and talk about a couple of key mechanics that you can replicate if you're playing Ember, or frankly a lot of mid lane heroes. It's just going to be a good touch-up little video here so you can, you know, help out your laning a bit. Also, I want to tell you guys that if you've been struggling with solo queue and you're looking to get to the next rank, I'm going to be able to help you. Like, literally with the gameleap website, I'm going to give you guys guides that are going to make it unbelievably clear on what you need to do. So if you've been stuck in the solo queue grind, you don't know what to do, and you want to become absolutely broken, but like actually you want to become much better at Dota, and you want to take it more seriously, the gameleap website is going to help you do that. So click the link down below. I'm going to help you get to the next rank, and I'll see you there. So first things first, he gets a good block, and then right away, he's going to auto the range. Now, this might seem like a bad idea, but by and he actually messed it up there. Oh, okay, he didn't. I was wrong. But by instantly killing the range like this, it's easier to pressure your opponent, because the range creep is often the creep that does the most damage to you. Because when you pull aggro on melee creeps, they have to run and hit you. The melee creep will often, if it aggroes to you, just hit you, because it doesn't like have to chase you, right? Does that make sense? So if you can kill the range right away, that's a big advantage. In a lot of lanes, you can't do that. The Tusk messed up his block, so that's why that happened. That's not very common. In a more common scenario where you're actually trying to kill the first melee creep. So Sumail kind of got the best example here of what you could do, because then you can kind of pull aggro onto the ranged here, just like this, and then you can hit the Tusk, because he has a bit of a creep advantage here. Now, I think Tusk has a bit better armor, so it's not that straightforward in him winning the trade, but with this double wave, he's actively hitting the Tusk, taking advantage of it, and then using that time to eventually get the CS. Wow, perfect CS on that wave into the immediate slight. And he understands he hits level 2 first here, so he can immediately start getting that slight advantage, right? He's hitting this level 2, double wave coming up, he can chip this Tusk down and make it awkward for Tusk to play under the tower. It's also in the mid lane very easy to deny, or at least grief the CS. Even if you don't get the actual deny, you can make it near impossible for the enemy to last it by going for the deny when it's under the tower, right? So you'll see he's going to push this in a bit and then doesn't immediately go for it, but okay, Tusk actually got that one because Tusk's a beast. But you see he hit that range creep early, right? He didn't hit it at the time to deny, he hit it early, so the shard missed. And then once again, he can kind of go for it here. And if you can double wave like this, which by the way, this particular double wave comes from shoving in the wave with an ability like Flame Guard, and if you get really lucky, killing the range creep first. Now, as I said, this Tusk, without knowing it, probably mega griefed his lane. Right? Well, not probably mega, he probably didn't know, but he like hard griefed his lane, because now the CS is going to be in his favor. Not by a ton, this is partially Sumail being a beast, right? because, you know, he had some pretty close calls on the CS. It could even be even. But yeah, a good start. And now with the spam of the Flame Guard. I don't know why Tusk does this. This is just good pressure from Sumail. I'll end the laning stage a bit here, but this is just good pressure for Sumail. Okay, so what the Tusk sees is that this range creep's gonna die, right? And then what Sumail does is he pulls aggro off of it, and Tusk is like, oh, it's gonna die in the next 2 seconds, right? But no, because he pulls aggro off, the Tusk is gonna run up, and now he's gonna get put into a weird spot where the creep's not low, so he has to hit nuke. But he actually, oh my god, you can see why Sumail is such a beast, man. You see how he just like outplays him in every little scenario? He knows what this Tusk is thinking. He's like, shoot, I gotta hit nuke. So in between the second hit, the hit nuke, in between the hit and the nuke, he gets the deny. Just like, not frame perfect, because I think the Tusk did it kind of slow, I'll keep it real, but yeah, just same thing over and over again. Good CS because of this, good pressure onto the Tusk, winning the HP battle very clearly, even dropping his quelling to get an easier CS, and yeah, that's the power of good laning mechanics early on. Now, of course, just keep this in mind, if you are going to play Ember after this video, in a lot of lanes, you can't really play aggressive, and you're going to have to be pulling way more creep aggro defensively if you're against something like Shadow Fiend or Lina or Leshrac. You can't really actively just flame guard the wave and run forward and hit them. That's not going to work. You're going to get auto-attacked if they're decent. However, if you are good and you do realize that they're going to overcommit for a range creep and lose focus of you can step up and punish them, and that's the gist. So moving on ahead, I want to quickly talk about his boots decision-making here. I really do feel like boots are generally the better item between corrosion and boots, just because it allows you to contest the runes better. That's really the big thing, because mid lane is a lot about runes, it's a lot about rune control, and without boots, like if you have an Orb of Corrosion, you're not nearly as good. And Orb of Corrosion, it doesn't really give you much more damage, it's 1 minus armor, and then obviously the movement speed, so I don't know, I personally think that Orb of Corrosion Rush on Ember Spirit is extremely overhyped and generally not that good. Wow, that was a crazy bait. He knew the Ear Spirit was TPing in. That's really, really high skill. That's so high. He completely baited in there. Wow, this is like, yeah, it's such a clinic of the mid lane. It's such a clinic. Like, he just outplays him on the early wave, builds a slight advantage, trades well, and then baits the Ear Spirit rotation. It's just good-ass stuff, you know? It's just clean gameplay. From there, a big thing about mid is you push in the wave and you control the rune, right? So he's going for it here. Actually, he might be dead. Oh no, he gets the DD. He's gonna look to turn. Yeah. DD on Ember is so scary early game. The Slight is such a dirty ability with DD. And he's got maxed out Slight. And so maxed out Slight is when this hero becomes different, because the range becomes better, the cooldown goes down to 6 seconds, and the damage goes through the roof. So obviously, like, this hero becomes pretty damn different at this point of the game, right? Pretty crazy. And so you'll see he's just gonna, like, you see how he's cutting the wave like this? It's because he knows there's no real combination of spells that can truly kill him. Yes, if they played it perfectly and they got the perfect angles, even though he has a mid ward and a mid creep wave and an Earth Spirit and a Rubik, if they got the perfect angle, maybe they could snowball into Fire Blast and Arrow and kill him. But with Flame Guard as well and Slight to dodge, that's unlikely to happen. So I guess they're kind of trying it here. They go for it, but Earth Spirit blocks it. Wow, what a play. And yeah, now with this DD and the Slight, I love that he's forcing the issue, because he understands he hit level 7 before Tusk. Level 7 is the giga broken time on this hero. It just is. Ask any pro player, they're all going to say the same thing. You have to be afraid of level 7 Ember Spirit. This hero is just obnoxious to play against. And so he immediately forces the tower. He gives the enemy team a bit of a, uh-oh. No, he's fine, actually. I think he's fine. Oh no. He can hang in there. Yeah, I was going to say he can man up because he knows there's no instant stun. The Fire Blast was committed. Yeah, he knows. That's just good spell track. That's just really good spell tracking as he finds the kill onto the Tusk, chains onto the Mirana. Oh my. Wow, absolute clinic. And you can see that's just him perfectly knowing the spell usages, right? Once the Fire Blast is committed, there's nothing else that can truly catch him off guard, so he doesn't have to panic. The arrow is not instant, the snowball is not instant, duel is a cast range ability, right? Cast range problem. So, you know, basically once the Fire Blast is committed, he can be a lot, okay. Yeah, I was going to say he can't commit for that one. So he actually does end up maxing out the corrosion here, or buying the corrosion. And I think when you're dominating the game like this, you know, going back for the corrosion does make sense because the Oov helps you stay on top of people and chase them down with phase boots. However, if your game isn't as good, I think it's better just to leave it at the Blight and go for something like an earlier Maelstrom so you can shove side lanes better. However, the corrosion, the HP, and the slow is way better for skirmishing early on. So he's going to commit here. This is kind of risky with no remnants, but I think he saw the Tusk bottom and that's the reason why he dove there. So good awareness, and he's going to take the mid tower. Obviously, best case scenario on this hero is something like this, where you never have to run to a side lane, because then you can keep your last hits high and fight the entire time, which is why his net worth is disturbingly high. He's 5.5k net worth at this point of the game, which is gross. So now he makes his first rotation to the top side of the map. After taking the mid tower, he knows that whoever comes top can't really 1v1 him, so he can sort of just farm the area. He'll push it out. Nothing crazy here. Clean it up. Actually was afraid of... Oh, no, okay. He's going for a rune, and he sees a fight happening bottom, and he definitely wants to get active, but with the fight ending, he's going to hang mid. And the reason why you would hang mid here instead of running bottom is just gold, right? The enemy team already died bottom. There's no one there anymore. So he actually leaves a remnant on the right. Interesting. Flame guards the mid wave, so he can probably get off map. Oh no, he's going to use it to... Okay. Oh, he's playing an efficiency game with the regen. So he's just spamming his abilities so he can get max value out of the regen as soon as possible. As they're actually going to find the Legion here, steals the kill with the slight. Probably didn't have to do that, but whatever. He didn't know if there would, if anyone else would show up. But immediately back to mid, right? Anytime you're snowballing the game this hard, you want to constantly make these rotations back to the mid lane, because the enemy team, if they see you bottom, is going to go mid. They're going to go top, right? They're going to dodge you. And so you want to push in the mid wave and then run to the other side of the map when you were this destructive. And now he has a Maelstrom. I guess this is not what I would have directly expected from him to buy here, because, you know, he could have rushed BKB and just been like invincible this game, played around just that timing, but it seems like it's a pub, and maybe he just thinks this is way better for snowballing, as it's extremely good for clearing waves. He's going to go in here. Wow, this sniper's actually a really high level. That's a deadly chain frost there, and they take them out. So, okay, he's going to heal up. Let's see what he does from here on out. So with most of the enemy team dead, I doubt he runs at anyone. He'll get an invis rune. And now he has a couple options. You could go top and farm. However, when you're this strong, I think that would absolutely be a mistake, right? I think it's much better that you can use this Maelstrom, clear out the mid wave, so he'll slide it and get the procs, and then they're going to maybe look at this Tusk. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, he doesn't bother chasing the Tusk there. Maybe he thought the Tusk would just be a little bit too fast. I can't say I exactly understand why he goes mid, as they're going to try on the Mirana. And apparently that's just an easy kill. That's interesting. That's definitely crazy. As they'll head to the bottom lane. So yeah, usually you don't want to TP like this, right? If what I mean by that is if the fight is happening near an enemy tower and your TP is going to cause you to have to run 10 seconds to the fight, usually it's not a good play. And I think from Sumail here, this is probably a mistake. I think realistically, no, is that really going to work? It's going to be close, actually. Oh my gosh. Now, I will admit, okay, it's not worth in the slightest. Oh, no. Oh, okay, I was going to say, so, like, I respect his play here. It was obviously close. I think, like, I will say I think this is a bit of over-aggression from him, and let me just explain why, because obviously you could tell I was hesitant with the play from the beginning, because it's about understanding what you're doing, right, with your play. And when he's killing the sniper bottom, he's not really taking anything away from the sniper besides potentially killing him, which obviously if you were to get the kill and get out, like, of course that's good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I have to explain that to you. It's just gold. What I do have to explain is when sniper's just farming one creep wave at his bottom tier 2, and he's playing in the most defensive part of the map under his tier 2, besides in his fountain, then you don't have to necessarily gank him. You can kind of just farm nearby camps, leave a remnant, or like just wait for him to go into more of a vulnerable position. You know what I mean? So I get the surprise factor. It's almost surprising that you would dive him under the tier 2. It's a risk. But like, for instance, he could farm the entire top side of the jungle, right? And you might be like, oh, but he wants to get active. Yeah, he wants to get active. No problem with that, right? He wants to get active. I don't mind that. Oh, they actually missed a kill on Tusk. That was his best play because it was just convenient. Right, that was definitely his best play. Because, like, he could just use the Flame Guard. It's level 3 already, and he has Maelstrom, so he can clear these neutral camps very, very fast. And I think it would be a fine play. Like, I get him wanting to play tempo, but when the enemy team is already this closed off, you're taking a big risk. And, like, it nearly worked. Unfortunately, the Tusk literally just got, like, 3 levels and 2k gold. How much gold did he actually get from that? He's got the Midas queued up. You love to see it. Oh my god, their Legion's level 6. What the hell? Oh my, what did I pay? This game was 32 minutes, guys. I assumed it was more of a real ass game. What in the world? All right, we'll just watch up a bit more. Obviously, I can keep this video a tad shorter only because this is... All right, but yeah, hopefully you get what I'm saying about creating space. A lot of initiators in particular get this wrong, and they bait their team to make stupid-ass plays. And this applies to the 4-roll, 5-roll, whatever. You know, if you're playing a hero that buys a blink or has an initiation tool, you're likely going to make this mistake, right? It's very, very likely you're going to make this mistake. So basically what I'm telling you is just be careful about overforcing. If you've already corralled them into a small part of the map, consider taking the nearby camps, consider choking them out, and then let them run into you rather than vice versa, where you end up killing yourself by running into them or taking at least a large risk when it wasn't really required in any regard. So you can see he does actually slow down the pace of the game. And, you know, he has a haste so he can connect to the fight here. He's going to swap in his clarity. Love the efficiency here. Swaps in the clarity on the way to the fight just to make sure he has mana. This hero has severe mana problems. He's going to bottle up maybe one more time as well. 360 mana is a bit low. I could expect... Oh, no, okay, he's not. But I could have seen one more bottle charge, as he's going to miss the chains, a classic play. Right? It's usually something you want to go for in the early game. Just chains is a bad ability, so who cares? He'll remnant forward, get the kill. You know, pretty simple play on the sniper here, and this makes a lot more sense. It's not under a tier 2. They've already killed both of the supports. This makes a lot more sense, and this is what I mean by slowing down the pace of the game a little bit. When you're winning the game, let the enemy team come to you a bit. Right? I'm not saying let them farm 50% of the map. I'm saying let them leave their towers. As simple as that. That advice is so crucial and so key and so simple, but most players do not follow that rule. So we'll see him shove in mid now, right? Because you do want to show occasionally, you do want to keep up your progression with creeps because they're worth so much damn gold. I made a video earlier today talking about how like kills are just not worth enough, and at least support kills. And it's true. It's really, really true. They're just not. Like, they're just not. Farming a creep wave is the same amount of gold as like at this point in the game as killing certain supports. So it's just, yeah, you can't overfight. You have to be willing to just occasionally do what he's doing here, which is, oh, the enemy team fake GG'd. Okay, I'll pop my flame guard, instantly kill both of these camps, get some efficiency, remnant back to base, full bottle. Don't ask why he bought an echo. I think he's trolling a bit. I mean, not that it's that bad, but it's definitely not a BKB, which is why it's questionable, because BKB is very good on this hero that has to like YOLO in to do damage, outside of just sight chaining, of course. But when you're this ahead, usually you want to go in. So he's going to look at the sniper here, has to be a bit careful. There's an ogre, so can't immediately go on him. He's going to slight on the stun. So just to show how he does this execution of this kill here, it's important to note that he doesn't slight until ogre is going to look to stun. So ogre doesn't expect him to be here, which is why he didn't even necessarily need to slight right away. But once ogre realizes, he actually slights when he thought to stun. He technically did it slightly early, if you want to be really technical. But yeah, he slights, and now he's going to chill a bit. All right, so nice, clean kill. He can maybe look to clear the bottom wave, Rubik TPing in. And you can see so fast. Look at his awareness of the map. Immediately as Rubik TP's bottom, he looks for the kill. He's going to remnant forward. A bit of a risk again. This sniper hero does a lot of damage. Okay. Well, that's a cope. You guys are going to AFK or what? I mean, come on. At this point, you got to assume they're not going to AFK. It's an NA pub. Like, people are going to say GGN and never GGN. Never believe the GGNs. That's another very valued tip from today's video. Never believe the GGN until you're killing their throne. Alright? Trust me. Even if the enemy team says, go in, why are you still farming? Don't lose your 30 points because you get debated by competitive sex enjoyer, alright? Don't let this moron bait you in, alright? Don't do that. It is not worth it. Alright, but that's going to be about all for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Sumail Ember Spirit analysis. I'm going to be trying to do videos on different roles, different players, different heroes. So if you want to suggest one in the comment section down below, I'm going to be trying to make videos just like this one, hopefully with webcam to make them more entertaining almost every single day. So keep your eyes out for that. I'm really excited to be doing this here on this channel, and hopefully get you guys a lot better at Dota. But yeah, comment down below what hero you think I should do next, or what player I could look at, right? As long as it's not you, okay? I'm not talking about your 3K game. I'm talking about a pro analysis, all right? But okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and I'm out. Peace. And that's all. But remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the gameleap website, where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.